Buckingham Nicks' self-titled debut. Fleetwood Mac was 10 years in whenever the album Fleetwood Mac was released. And many people see that album as the band's debut, and in many ways it was, because going forward from the release of this album, when Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks joined the group after Bob Welch left, it was a massive, massive redefinition of what the group was capable of. In the same way that, in a way, whenever the Buggles joined Yes in the 80s. But Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks as a duo had been around for several years before that, developing their own kind of unique style. This particular album shows them in their mid-20s really trying to define themselves after meeting each other in high school that probably could be best described as a California folk rock. And even this early in Lindsey Buckingham's career, he'd really developed a really interesting concept of the guitar as almost as an orchestral instrument. But if you're looking for some hidden version of Rhiannon or some long lost hit, it's not quite there yet. Their songwriting is emergent, but not quite developed yet. But still, there's some fantastic moments on this album, and it's really kind of a shame that when it was released in 1973, it kind of flopped. And so they really thought it was kind of go off into nowhere. But the song Frozen Love from this album kind of caught the ear of Mick Fleetwood, and he invited Lindsey Buckingham to kind of take Bob Welch's place in Fleetwood Mac. What an amazing demo to put in front of Mick Fleetwood to show them the potential of their group. You've got the way that Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks' voice would combine in very significant ways, the way they're able to produce and stack vocals in this situation. And of course, there's an extended guitar section in the middle of it that showed where Lindsey Buckingham's vision was going. But Lindsey Buckingham wouldn't join Fleetwood Mac without Stevie Nicks involved as well, which created its own interesting dynamic, but one that really plugged itself well into Fleetwood Mac and would define them going forward. Now, unfortunately, since this album didn't do too well in the public eye, it kind of just faded off and was never even reprinted, which has created a bit of mythic scarcity for the album. Until 2025, just last year, it got a reissue. So although this wasn't a huge hit, it was kind of a fragile beginning that quietly helped to redefine Fleetwood Mac and turn them into a powerhouse group moving forward all throughout the 70s and early 80s.